We're counting down the top 100 movies of all time, and Pixar is sitting pretty at number 64 with WALL-E. Is that pretty good?
Hey, I know that guy. It's, Wally.
That sounds like him, doesn't it?
Oh, sometimes you make me laugh, my friend. Now, listen, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about WALL-E is how spare this film is compared to most animated movies. I mean, most animated films are just loaded with too many characters, too much action, too many things happening. I mean, I don't think any sound is made for the first 45 minutes of this movie. I mean, it's all through the visuals. It's all through the loneliness of this robot who's just roaming around and collecting things, not unlike the way you live your life.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's running around Vic's basement. He's going through all of this discarded junk. It's absolutely a message about our consumerism. It's a little ironic.
Why doesn't he collect any hustlers? That's what I don't understand.
Hustlers are long since gone. This is absolutely a message about how rampant we are with consumption and purchasing and polluting our planet. And he is a little beautiful robot that has to serve the garbage disposal functions of trying to keep this Earth maintained. Shuttling garbage back and forth into compactors, all alone. He's very lonely. He's built up this little kind of utopian world inside of his trailer with all of these mishmashes of toys and old video tapes and video discs.
Like
a little bit like Vic's basement. It's really sad. It's a little ironic that this is a movie, you know, from Disney, who is possibly one of the biggest manufacturers of all of these products that we consume and build and collect and eventually pile up in dumps around the world. But it's a beautiful film.
Well, there's magic there, and there's a story that feels universal, too. I mean, I don't think you have to be a collector in order to get anything from this movie. I think, you know, kids get some meaning from this. I think adults get some meaning from this.
Totally.
And the fact that you don't even really need to speak English in order to really connect with the messaging of this movie.
This could have been almost a silent movie in a way, right?
It's the first silent movie in 100 years, I think, pretty much. And its strength is in the visuals in this thing. I mean, you just get a sense of the openness of this planet that is just infested with garbage. And then later on in the film, we do get to see some humans. They're permanently planted into their floating Barca-loungers, and they have screens crammed in their faces.
Yeah, and there's some
they
live
have
action.
food crammed into their mouths.
And it really plays in familiar sandboxes that other Pixar movies have played in. I mean, it certainly is melancholy. It certainly has nostalgic kind of tones in there, like Toy Story. But there's something fresh and special about this, and maybe it's the science fiction sort of overtones and the beauty of the visuals, just the idea of WALL-E sort of flying through space and all of these sparkles and him falling in love with the Eve robot, and the Eve robot is just so badass, just the whole design. She's like, WALL-E is iPad 1, she's like the iPad 8 or something like that. It's just a really interesting kind of a meditation on our obsession with technology and our obsession for the new and our obsession with where these piles of objects are taking us.
I do think that it's hard to watch, I think, in some ways. I don't think anybody, if they're listing their favorite animated movies or a movie that they're just going to pop on for their kids in the afternoon, I don't think WALL-E's the first one that people reach
it's not
for.
Cars.
Because I do think that the messaging is so close to home.
And it's hard to watch humans that look like this. You know, it's hard to think of us
That's what we look like.
becoming jelly, you know, and we're all in danger of that, of not taking care of ourselves and not remembering to step away from our computer systems and our awesome stuff and come and take a look at things like this.
We still have our computers. They're in our pockets. Our screens will be reattached to our faces as soon as this review is finished.
10 seconds to self-destruct. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Well, listen, congratulations to Pixar. Congratulations to WALL-E. You are number 64 on our list of the 100 greatest movies of all time. WALL-E.